So we'd like to start the press briefing by Minister Kamikawa, please.
Thank you. There's just one thing before I take your questions. The other day, I delivered a speech titled Frontier of New Economic Diplomacy, and in this speech, I promised that Ministry of Foreign Affairs will actively support Japanese companies' global activities. We will push ahead with concrete initiatives to this end, and today, I announced a digitalization of APEC business travel cards. In the Asia-Pacific region, we have a major framework called APEC, with 21 jurisdictions as members. Since its establishment in 1989, APEC has promoted cooperation for sustainable growth and prosperity, including promotion of free trade. I participated in the APEC Ministerial last year in San Francisco. As a part of APEC cooperation, we've had APEC Business Travel Cards, the program of APEC Business Travel Cards, which allows people traveling to APEC jurisdictions for short-term business purposes to enter and stay without visas using dedicated APEC lanes. The program has been highly welcomed as a way to promote business exchanges in the region, and the program has always been reviewed to further enhance its convenience. Online application of the card and digital issuance, where cards will be shown on the app on your smartphones and other devices, will start on April the 1st. With this, applications can be filed anytime, anywhere, and convenience will be greatly enhanced, and time required for issuance will be shortened. And in turn, I hope this will lead to expansion of business activities in the region by Japanese business persons. Please contact our division in charge for details. That's all. Thanks. Anyone with questions, please raise your hands, and please proceed to the microphone once your names are called, and please state your name and affiliation before you start asking your questions. Tomimura-san, Yomiuri Shimbun. Kamimura, Yomiuri Shimbun. UNSC, the panel of experts for UNSC is 1718 Sanctions Committee. On the 28th, Russia exercised a veto. The sanctions resolutions performance has been monitored closely for many years by the panel, and the activity of the panels could be suspended. What is your prospect? What is your take? And through the end of this month, Japan presides over the UNSC, and what is your take?
Now, first of all, on March 28th, New York time, the 28th, the U.S. proposed the mandate related, the UNSC resolution concerning the mandate of the Sanctions Committee in North Korea, and it's very regrettable that this was rejected as a result of the veto by Russia. Ever since this panel was established in 2009, every year the mandate has been extended unanimously, and through the investigation activities, this has played a major role in raising the effectiveness of the UNSC resolutions. So all member countries, inclusive of Japan, concerning the panel mandate, will be carrying out faithful, transparent, and frank discussion so that we can overcome the differences in opinion. And there was huge, wide-ranging support for this resolution. However, as a permanent member, Russia, that should be playing a major role in maintaining the peace and stability of the world, selected to exercise their veto rights. This is making light of the United Nations as well as multilateralism, and this goes against the responsibility of UNSC permanent member, which needs to maintain the global nuclear non-proliferation. This is regrettable. So as the Japanese government, for the complete implementation of the resolution, together with the U.S. and South Korea and other like-minded countries, we would like to continue to communicate closely to come up and consider further. And as a member of the UNSC, we will continue to participate actively in the discussion concerning the sanctions committee for North Korea, so that the UNSC will be able to fulfill their roles. Next question, please. Igarashi from NHK speaking. I would like to ask a question concerning UNRWA. So, Minister, last night you met with Commissioner General Lazzarini, and there was explanation concerning strengthening of governance concerning the allegations of their staff that was related to Israel attack. And the contribution will be resumed. You will be making final adjustment. When will the timing be, and what is the significance?
Well, it is widely recognized in the international community that UNRWA has played an essential, indispensable role over the years to support Palestinian refugees. And yesterday, I told Commissioner General Lazzarini that that is exactly the reason why Japan has been supporting UNRWA's activities for more than 70 years. And the financial contribution with regards to contribution to UNRWA, it is a valuable resource funded by Japanese taxpayers' money, and I underscore the importance of effective measures to ensure that the Japanese assistance will not be used for terror activities in any way. Having said that, during my conversation with the Commissioner General, I was debriefed by Commissioner General the measures that they are planning to take in order to ensure that the efforts will be implemented. We will advance the final coordination about necessary efforts to resume Japan's contribution, and we will make a final judgment according to that, and we will have a sense of speed to do this, to conduct a study. This is Katsurada Kyodo. ICJ's the order on the provisional measures by ICJ. Yesterday, with the deterioration of the situation in Gaza, the hunger, all the necessary steps should be taken by Israel to support the refugees. That was the order on the provisional measures. So what is your reaction? And ICJ issued in January an order to stop all the activities that leads to genocide. And what steps do you think Israel should take?
In December last year, South Africa filed suit against Israel in ICJ. And concerning that, Japan time 29th and local time 28th, ICJ has issued an interim order. We understand that. And ICJ is a major international justice organization of the United Nations. So the interim order is legally binding, and this should be faithfully implemented. And as Japan, concerning Gaza, we are seriously concerned about the critical humanitarian situation. And concerning Israel, in terms of exercising their rights to protect their country as well as their nationals, we are requesting that they comply with international laws, inclusive of the international humanitarian law. So we will continue to have close communication with the relevant countries as well as international organizations, so that all parties would comply with international laws, inclusive of the international humanitarian law, and UNSC Resolution 2728, inclusive of that, related resolutions. Based on that, we request faithful behavior. So immediate release of hostages, and also improvement of the humanitarian situation, and also early resolution. We will persistently and proactively carry out diplomatic efforts.
宮野さんどうぞ。
中国新聞宮野さん, please. 中国新聞宮野 is my name. Now, concerning the nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation, there was a ministerial meeting concerning that was held last week. I have a question. And some of the members, concerning the treaty on prohibition of nuclear weapons, they emphasized the maintenance of that, and they said there is subsidiarity between the NPT and the disarmament and proliferation. So what is your view? What is the Japanese government's view?
Well, thank you very much for your question. With regards to the complementarity of TPNW and the NPT, I know that there are different positions on this matter. That is my awareness. It is amongst the parties to the TPNW who expressed such views, and at the UNSC Ministerial the other day, some countries expressed such views. TPNW is a critical convention which can be characterized as an exit to a world without nuclear weapons. But no nuclear weapon state has joined TPNW, and there is not yet a pathway to that exit. That is the current situation. Against this backdrop, Japan, as the only country which has experienced wartime atomic bombing, I believe it is a responsibility for Japan to make efforts to engage nuclear weapon states. Meanwhile, as far as NPT is concerned, both nuclear weapon states and non-nuclear weapon states have joined the NPT. It is a cornerstone of international nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation regime. Preserving and strengthening NPT is a realistic pathway towards the world without nuclear weapons, and there was an agreement on that point at the UNSC meeting the other day. As far as Japan is concerned, we will implement one by one the initiatives under the Hiroshima Action Plan to realize a world without nuclear weapons. By doing so, we will continue and enhance pragmatic and realistic measures. Ms. John Anadolu. John Anadolu. In Gaza, in May, for the past 5 months, more than 35,000 civilians have lost their lives. During the World War II, 1945, U.S. Atomic bombing resulted in Hiroshima, losing more than 70,000 civilian lives were lost. International community looks at the attacks in Gaza similar to the attacks that took place in Hiroshima 80 years ago. So I would like to invite your views, whether you agree to that or not. During the Ramadan month, the Israeli attacks against Gaza, what is the latest position of Japan on this matter? Thank you.
So, concerning the point that you have pointed out, I would like to refrain from making comment as a government. But in Japan, there are many deaths and casualties, inclusive of children, women, and elderly, and we continue to be seriously concerned about the critical humanitarian situation in Gaza. So it is important to secure an environment where humanitarian assistance activities are possible, and also humanitarian ceasefire will need to take place so that it will lead to the release of hostages. And we have been making various efforts aiming at sustainable ceasefire. The other day, March 25th, at the UNSC, Japan was chair. The Resolution 2728 relating to the immediate ceasefire during Ramadan, and also the immediate and unconditional release of hostages that was adopted. We jointly drafted this, and we have been actively participating in the discussions as well as coordination, and we voted in favor for this resolution. We will continue to work with the relevant countries. We will be persistent and proactive. And to all parties, we would request faithful behavior based on the UNSC resolution as well as the compliance of international law.
最後に中国新聞宮野
中国新聞宮野さん。So NPT, it is the cornerstone of the TPNW, that is true. But vis-a-vis that, the member countries are saying that NPT will complement that. So what is the Japanese government's view on this?
I said earlier on that there are different positions on this matter. And as far as Japan is concerned, as I said earlier on, to achieve a world without nuclear weapons, pragmatic, realistic initiatives Japan will continue to take. And under the Hiroshima Action Plan, we are trying to make ahead with Hiroshima Action Plan initiatives, and that is the policy that we have in Japan. With that, we would like to adjourn the press conference due to the appointments that she has after this. Thank you.